Good afternoon, students. So today I'm going to explain you how to execute the first lab program, that is Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So first we have to go to the Dev C++. Okay, so you are going to click it. Okay, first we are going inside the Dev C++. Already I have written the program. Suppose if you have not written the program, you have to go to the new, then you have to go to the project. Okay, you have to select your console application, then go for your C++ project, then give your project name over here. Okay, then you press it OK. Fine. So, but I have already written the program, so I'm just going to open it directly. So here I will just go to the file, open. Okay. So I have done it. So the name I have given it as, yes, this one, lab program 1, Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. I'll just open it. Okay. So this is my Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. So when I have written this, I have gone to I have just put the right click on project. I went to project options. Then I have gone to this parameter and I added these 3 linker files here. Okay. Then you press OK. So now these things are done. Then you have to save this. While saving, your C program file also will ask you to save in the some name. I have saved in this name. Okay. And if you are making any kind of your changes, so after this, if you are making any kind of your changes, you can see one star also there. Can you see the star? So it means that your file is not saved. So first you need to save your file. Okay. Then you are going to execute it. When you will be executing, it will just give you like what are the errors are 0, warnings are 0, like this. Then it will ask you the value. I have told you already while explaining, we want the value of 2 endpoints which will be given, right? So here x1, y1 and x2, y2. So let me give the coordinate values. Let me take it as 100. Then y1 value was 200, x2 value was 300. Anything you can give. So I have given like this. Then I will just put my enter. When I have put my enter, now you can see I have drawn my Bresenham's line. Okay. So here you can see that this value I have given as 100, 200, and the second endpoint value I have given it as 300, 400. So now the next pixel values, which we call it as PK value, it has been generated, where which you people have just now have done with the examples. So what you people have done, that endpoints have given and you try to find out the next pixel values, right? So here also same thing we are doing. So next pixel values has been created, and then it has been joined all together. Okay, so this is your Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. I'll just explain you what is the meaning of this program and all. So now here you can see, I'll just close. If you want to close this window, just put the close mark here. Okay. So now you see here the program. So first I will start with my main function here. Okay. So here we know that this is int main, int argument C and character, these things. So the first thing is you are going to enter the x1, y1 and x2, y2 values. How you are going to write? Just normal way how you used to write in C or C++. So I have written printf, enter these values, scanf, so it will accept only integer values. Okay. Then what you are going to do is, I have told you, I have explained you all these things. Here glot init, in the sense you are going to initialize, okay, the glot, because we are going to give some values. So we are going to initialize it. Next line, you are going to find out the display mode. So here I'm giving the single, okay, the glot value has to accept the single mode. This is a mode. We have the double mode also. So here I have given the single mode, so that in one screen I just want to see, and I'm not using any buffers and all these things here. Okay. And here also you can see the color mode will be RGB, red, green, blue. That format I'm going to use. Next thing you can see here, glot init window size. So 500 comma 500 I have given, let it to be. If you want to change, you can change. Next, the window position, I have kept it as 0, 0. So if you want to change anything also, you can change. Next, you are creating one window, Bressenham's line drawing. That also you can see in your output screen. Like this, one title bar will come where this, whatever you are writing here, that will display. Okay. Next thing is my init. So I'm just going to call my init function. Okay. So now I'll just go to my init. Where is my init? So here you can see void my init. Okay. So here what I'm going to do, what I'm going to write, I have to give inside my init function that what all are the color codes and what will be my projection, what will be my view. Okay. So that things and all I'm going to give. So before starting, first I should clear the screen, right? So for that, I'm using GL clear. And why I have written here GL color buffer bit? Because all the color pixels will save in terms of our bit. And also buffer, why I have written? Because there will be the front buffer, back buffer, frame buffers. So it is going to clear everything so that whatever the color you are going to put for your line or for your points, it will be visualized clearly. Okay. Next, you can see GL. Okay, clear. I have explained already. So you are going to clear all the colors, and this is your R, G, B, and A. A is nothing but your aspect ratio, and that A value, whatever you are giving. So according to that, it will take. It is a opaque or transparent. Okay, that also already I have explained you. Next thing is your view, how you want to see your image. So for that, we have to use two things. One will be your Glue Ortho 2D, which is going to provide you orthographic view in two-dimensional way. Okay, so x-axis, y-axis, like your x1, y1, x and y, and height and width we are going to give. Fine. So this orthographic view is also of many variety types. You will learn in detail about this in your third module. Okay. So in that third module, you are going to learn what is this matrix mode. Just remember one thing, whenever we are going to do anything, first we have to set the matrix. Okay, you know there will be a 2 cross 2 matrix, there will be a 3 cross 3 matrix. So that matrix we have to set, because sometimes we are going to, in this program I have not used, but in future programs you can see where we are going to use the load identity. So that time, whatever values you are giving inside your matrix, so it's going to be very useful. Okay. So here the matrix mode, I have kept it as GL underscore projection. Fine. So in projectional view, I want to see my output. So there are many modes are there. Now you will be asking me that what is the difference between variety of projections. So when you will change the projection name here, you will visualize your image in that way. So projectional view, what is exact meaning and how it looks, we will learn in detail in module 3. But for the timing, in 2D screen, how you are going to see a line, straight line, that is the example of your projectional view, where you can see, if you will keep your eye straight, then you can see the image properly, like in that way. So you are not, the image is not going to be tilted. Okay, so you are going to see the straight image by using this projectional view. So this is about your my init functions. Okay. So now let's go back to the main function. So I have explained you about my init. Next one is your glot display function, where we are going to display which function I have used. So this is my user defined function, which is my display. All these things are your user defined functions. So this is my display. Let's go to the my display part. So here you can see, yes, here my display. Okay, so in my display, what you are going to do is you have to see the line. Okay, so here if I want to see a line, so I should have my coordinate values. So what are the coordinate values I want to give? X1 y1 and x2 y2. So the same thing has been written over here. Okay, so now to give that one, I have utilized one more function, user defined function, that is draw line. Okay, so now we will just check it out. What is this draw line and how it's going to draw this line by using this x1, x2, and y1, y2. So now let's go to the draw line. Yes, here. So here you can see draw line. So inside your my display, what all are the parameters I have passed? I have passed x1, x2, y1, y2. So all these things are integer types which already we have declared in our main function. Now inside your draw line, so as it is a return type, I have utilized void. So it's everything is int. So you can use here int x1, int x2, int x3, sorry, int y1, int y2. Okay. Yes. So now all these things has been declared. So you know that in our algorithm, the thing, some formulas were there which we have to calculate, right? And we have to save it in some name. So here you know that this is a formula I have told you, dx to find out, right? X2 minus x1, dy also you are going to find out y2 minus y1. So now this dx and dy has to be declared. So I have declared over here int dx dy. You can write it in one line also. Okay, so now, so this part is clear for you all, I guess. Now one more thing also I have told you that we have to check the conditions, right? So what all are the conditions we have to check? So here you can see that if condition is there, I have once I have given you the algorithm. In the next slide, I have shown you that if it will be in the positive slope, if it will be in the negative slope, what you are going to do. So suppose if dx is less than 0, then you are going to find out as minus dx. It will be in the negative slope. If dy is less than 0, then it has to be in minus dy. So we are going to declare all these things in the if conditions. Okay. So if this satisfies, then we are going to increment our values. Okay. And another condition also will be there. Suppose if x2 is less than x1, then you are going to increment the increment in this variable. You are going to keep as -1, because you know that in our, when we are calculating the pk values, if the condition will not satisfy, x will increase and y will be constant. Then in the similar way in pk plus 1, if the condition in the else part, both x and y will get increase, right? So that things and all directly we cannot write. So we have to split and we are going to write it. Similarly for the if y condition, y axis also. So if y2 is less than y1, we are going to increment, we are going to keep -1 in increment y in this variable name. Okay. And next thing is, as our repeatedly x and y, x1 and y1 values will get changed, so we will just keep the original value in some variable name. So this line I have used x equals to x1 and y equals to y1. So x and y, here you can see I have already declared it. Now in the next sentence, you can see we should use the the formulas, whatever is there. So now in if condition, if I have put like if dx is less than dy, then I have to find out the values, the formulas. Here you can see 2 into dy minus dx. Then we are keeping this value, and 2 into dy, that also I'm keeping it in one more value, in one more variable name. Okay, so I have to repeat this process. I told you that till we are not going to reach with the endpoints. So to reach to the endpoints, we are going to take this variable name, okay, and we are going to check it, and we are going to increase the values. Here you can see I have written about the draw pixel. So what is the work of your draw pixel? So if you will come back here, so you can see that you are going to plot the values of your x and y. So here whatever the values is there, you are going to plot. Again in the else statement also you are going to plot the values, because individual time, whenever you are checking that it is less than or greater than, you are going to plot the values. Okay, so that will be there. Now in the next you can see here, in the else part, again I have just incremented according to my algorithm, and I have just draw the pixel. Okay, and that is the this is the code of your Bresenham's line drawing algorithm. Whatever is written here, everything is from your algorithm. Okay, so see here the formulas are there. We are checking the condition for loop that till we will reach the, here I have taken I, but I have explained you in exercises that it will be k value. Okay, so don't get confused with that values. So here also we are going to increase the values and we are going to save. So in the save inside one more variable. So as soon as we are getting any values, we have to plot it. So that plotting values, we are going to keep it inside our draw pixel x comma y. Okay, so in this way you have to understand that where to put and what to put. So now you can see this draw pixel is a user defined function. Okay, everywhere we have written, right, draw pixel. So now we have to create one more function, one more like we have to go to the draw pixel. What are the variables I have given here? X and y. Okay, so this is going to plot your points. So I have to use GL points. Then you are going to use GL vertex to, you know how to write these points as it is a GL points. GL begin, it has been started, ended with GL end, and there will be two vertex point, that will be x comma y. Okay, so once it will place all the points wherever draw pixel is there. It will go and place the points. Again it will go and place the point. If this else part is not working, if this if part is working, then it will go and plot the point. Once the point will be ready, then it is going to plot it's going to draw your line, because we are writing here only draw line, right? So it's going to plot it. So in this way you are going to write your program. You just see it once again, the output how it looks. So here I have given some coordinate values. If you want to change, you can change. So here you can see Bresenham's line drawing, which you have given the glot create window. So this is your 500 comma 500 window size has been created, and this is your 0 comma 0 positions. So from here it has taken 100 comma 200 and it started breaking all the draw pixels. Lastly it has been drawn the lines. So this is the explanation about your Bresenham's line drawing. Okay, algorithm. Hope you people understood this. Thank you.